Hey folks, I'm HP and this is drpink, and here I'm going to talk about a dramatic blues rock riff or blues rock song. It's from my song Back on the Road Again. Link is in the description box below. And this is how it sounds. You're going to really love it. It's a thing which repeats itself, and you build up tension by adding more and more volume and more distortion and getting really tight into it. That's how it is. Yeah, stuff like that. The riff is pretty simple to play, and it's I'm going to show first how it's played and then give some really cool tips how you can build up the tension, really make it interesting and engaging by working with sound, with the volume and stuff like that, and little adds. So let's get started. Okay guys, the riff is really simple. It's A minor 7. Second fret first, just A minor 7. Move it up 2 frets. This is a D with A in the bass, however what it is. Then here 5, 5. This is kind of a A7. Back like this. So, but the rhythm and the way it's played. So attack first, and first we start soft. That means if I have the max volume on, a lot of distortion, I put the volume back here on the guitar, or with the volume pedal, however, and attack very soft. See, now it's nearly clean. So we start. This is 1 and then 2. You damp 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4, and then on 4 end, open A string, and then 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That's how it works. 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2. So on 2 and 4 you make the dead note. 1, 2 and 3, 4. Then comes the same thing again. 1, 2 and 3, 4. And then we go to F5. So on 4 end, 4 is the F. And then F5 here, make a bar here with the ring finger in the 3rd fret. And then move up to G5. So the whole thing's 1, 2 and 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And then the whole thing repeats itself 4 times. It's important that you also make the dead notes on 2 and 4, because this gives an extra punch to the groove. So 1, 2, and 3, 2, and 3. And just do it here with the side of your hand. Just pop down on the strings. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3, 4. If it's too hard for you, you can make the simple version. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and same rhythm all the time. 1 and 1, 2 and on 2 and 4 you make the pop. But the whole thing is, of course, much cooler. Now, since it's repeated 4 times, probably you want to make it more interesting. So you want to build up the tension. That's what it's here about. I mean, the riff is simple. Probably you already knew similar riffs, but how we build up tension. As I said, volume is now down. If you play the second time, attack harder. See, same sound, but I attacked harder. That, of course, only works with good distortions. Bad distortions, they always have the same distortion level. Good distortions, they really react on your dynamic attacking. So the harder you attack, the more distortion you have. Attack hard. If you attack hard, you really go through those strings. Now you can add more volume now, third time. I put it now, before it was like on 30%, now I go to probably 75%. Probably now I add a little, this little single note line on count 4. So 1 and 2 and 3, and then here 3, 5, 3, 0 in 16 notes. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. See? You have to do the pull because this gives you the time to go back to the original chord. So on the 4th time, we put on maximum volume. And in this case, instead of playing the F first on the root note, we make 2 dead notes on 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. See? And this gives more punch. I'm gonna play the whole thing now, and during that I give it instructions with the track. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Attack harder. More volume. More vibrato. Maximum volume. Second part, F5, G5. Yep. I hope you got it. You always add a little bit more. The second part is pretty easy. F5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, G5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these dead notes on 4 and they're really common. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then open E string to E7 sharp 9. Here 7, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and then the whole thing starts all over. Now, what we do in the second part. Let me switch on my delay. Oops, not the delay, my wah-wah. Now, if you want to make it more intense, you can do it with the wah-wah. Somehow, it doesn't really work with the wah-wah. So, here. Okay, with the wah-wah, same thing. And the more you move, the more you put the wah-wah down, if you have one. This is an additional trick. See how it got more tension into it, but it's not all of you have a wah-wah, so that's just an additional trick. Or the thing which I went through in 4 times, you can pull them out till the second time you add the more harder parts, so you make more parts in between, just not go directly up with the volume so fast. So these are a few tricks, but the main thing is to slowly build up the tension to a highlight. Yeah, folks, that was it. I get a lot of messages of you who always ask for how I do my sound, or why my sound is so cool and stuff like that. And they want to know my equipment. I can tell you by now it's a FX3 here. But I could do the same thing here with my $200 Black Star tube amp head. It's a cheap tube amp for $200. It's the same thing. It's not the equipment which makes it. Of course, you need kind of a good distortion, like a really cheap one doesn't work, like one you download on your mobile or stuff like that. Some of those, they're crap. But, well, they can work, but they don't react so good on this volume. Editions. I really recommend a very good tube amp simulation or a tube amp. That's they work best. But of course, the equipment you have, that's the way it works with the volume, and find out how hard you have to attack to get the sound out which you like. I mean, everybody has different preferences on the sound, but try to be dynamic in what you do, not just play the chords. Okay, I know A minor 7, I know this riff. What's the deal here? It's the thing is, music is always a story. It goes from A to B, and it has to be like this. Always these movements. This is what is really sounds interesting. Simple things which repeat themselves, but in themselves build up tension. And the more you can control the single little things you're doing, the more you can add little variations and make it sound more interesting. That's the main thing in music. Even on complex music, if you're a jazz musician or whatever, you play complex stuff. If you're not able to move a story from A to B and tell a story in what you're doing, it won't sound. That's how it is. And this is a way how a simple blues rock riff can sound more interesting, way more interesting if really punch and think, okay, well, what's the deal? I learned this riff, I don't know, in my first guitar lesson, maybe the second one. But it's how to build it up. That's the main part here. Yo, one more to say. It's really crazy times in this world at the moment. So let's at least keep the guitar playing going on. A lot of things are changing in the world at the moment. Who knows where it goes? But the guitar, me and Dr. Pink, we still stay the same. Well, a few things will change. It's very soon going to be live broadcast here on the channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button. If you want to download the backing track and the tabs of this one here, join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. It's there available for premium members. The original song, Back on the Road Again, I think it's on my CD, Best of YouTube Outtakes. Go on my website, you find it there on the CDs, hpcrazy.com. And one more to say. I don't know, follow me on Spotify, Instagram. Yeah, me and Dr. Pink are signing off.